And I could handle a win-loss column. A lot of you guys in here can handle a win-loss column. But a lot of kids can't do that. You can't put them in a win-loss column, because if you put them in win-loss, they fail so many times they finally give up. Only the best can sit there and say, I will go to the U.S. Open 15 times before I win it and never give up. Do you know what a small percentage of people can do that? Most give up after, okay, I'm busting my ass. Oh, I fell short. Okay, I'm going to go back next year. Oh, I fell short. The third year, like, yeah, I fell short again. Before you know it, they just kind of wash away, right? So I realized I couldn't put guys in the win-loss column. I had to get back to what made me great. What made me a good wrestler was my dad had one philosophy. He never cared about winning and losing, and I kind of forgot about it in terms of other people. But my dad taught me technique when I was younger. He didn't wrestle, but he worked on my high crotch. And I always tell people the Granby story too. For 7 hours, and I hated it. Believe me, I was miserable. I was like 7 years old, and we did a Granby in my living room for 7 hours. As a kid, 7 years old, I was really worn out and tired. I didn't want to do it. And he had a Carl Adams book. VHS was just coming out. So how many of you guys know Carl Adams? Right? Everything was booked. And so my dad was like, okay, in midair trying to say, no, you didn't look like the picture. No shit. But for 7 hours, I did a Grammy. When I left, I was like, I'm done, man. All my friends rode bikes. And then the next weekend, we went to the tournament on the line, and the ref blew the whistle, and I did this. Sit out and switch. He about killed me. You know? And this was what it was. He said, we spent 7 hours working a move, and the ref blows the whistle, and you did a switch. You don't get better by doing that. And that's the thing with so many kids. They get caught up on winning. I was caught up on, I got to get this point. And what my dad was saying is, hey, let's get caught up on getting better. Let's know that we improve. Let's know in the rep of the whistle that we worked 7 hours and here, and you got it. And his words were, I don't care if you lose. I don't care if you get stuffed to your back in that Granby. I care that you try and you improve. And so to fix my guys down there, I realized, man, we worked our ass off one summer. We killed it. And when we got back to the mats, we were still getting killed. You know? So now you got a kid who just busted his butt for you for 3.5 months all summer. I gave him like 3 weeks off, and then they come back. Then we start preseason, and we go on the mat, and they're still getting beat. Because their expectation was so high that I did all this work, now I'm going to win. And then when they had a setback, they didn't recover from it. You know, because I had put so much, position on winning and losing. And so after that, I realized, man, I got to get them out of the win-loss column. So instead of us winning and losing, and I didn't say this to anybody, but I was kind of saying it in things without saying, hey, you're not as good as that guy. Hey, you lost to that guy by 10 points. If you just lose by 9, you got better. If you go out there the next time and you lose by 9, you got better. And he didn't get so good. He's going the other way. And so our whole philosophy and everything I stayed away from winning and losing. So when we do runs on campus, we time everything now. And we have a leaderboard in our room. We time everything or compete in everything in terms of improvement. And so we went on a run. It was a run. It took us 32 minutes. And I'm like, okay, it took us 32 minutes. So if we do it in 31 minutes and 59 seconds, everybody got better. And the truth is, you can't ever go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with a team, even if it's 1 second. If you have those guys in college for 5 years, how can you go wrong with that? Because I just know they're getting better. Maybe 1 second better. But if everybody on my team, which is now 36 guys, if everybody has the same mindset, and we're all getting 1 second better every day, you can't lose with that philosophy. And you can't lose with a team like that. Because they're now out of the win-loss column, and the truth is, when they think like that, you start winning. It winds up, you start winning. And then, before you know it, some guy went from 1 second to, hey, I just beat the time by 1 minute. And then it pulls other people around. And in the course of 2 years of doing that, it has helped us. UNC was at the bottom. We were 57th. Last year we were the youngest team in the country when we went to 22. And that was after going through a year of realizing, get them out of the win-loss. And it's hard for a guy like me, because I was like, I'm going to win everything. To sit and say to a guy, hey, if you just lose by 9, I'm going to be happy with you. That was hard. I didn't say that, but I kind of said that in so many ways. I wouldn't say, oh, I want you to lose by 9. I'm not hoping for that. I'd like you to win, but I realized I can't set guys up because they're not all like me. And now, because the team's better, recruiting's better, and we got nationally better guys coming in, so everything's starting to change. But my point is, if you got a team that's struggling, if you get focused on winning and losing, understand you're going to lose a lot of guys who just can't think like that. They won't recover after all these setbacks, when you're killing them and killing them and killing them, and you're saying, you're going to win, you're going to win, you're going to win, and they keep losing, and they can't recover from 6, 7 setbacks. But if you change your expectations to saying, I'm not worried about the winning, I'm worried about how you wrestled, I'm worried that, hey, Johnny, you wrestled that guy 2 weeks ago and he teched you. If you only lose by 14, you got better. You know, you really can't lose with that philosophy. I'm not saying you give up on winning and losing. I'm not saying it's sports, but I'm saying if you got everybody thinking that way and everybody making those small little details and those small little changes, you'll be surprised that before you know it, Johnny's not going to lose by 14, he's winning.